Greetings guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you are fighting, because there is a lot to be fighting for. As usual, there will be a link in the description to the page on my website with a bunch of petitions, donations, emails to send to MPs, etc, etc. I would like to take a moment to interrupt myself to let you know about today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browsing extension that allows you to change your location to absolutely anywhere in the world. This gives you access to a whole range of content that you normally would not be able to access in the region that you are currently in. My favorite part about this is that it allows you to access Netflix libraries outside of your own country. This is especially helpful for me if I were to go home to New Zealand, where the Netflix library is not the best, but I could still access UK Netflix and continue to watch the shows that I am watching here that aren't available at home. Surfshark also adds an extra layer of protection to all of your internet usage by encrypting all of your data, keeping all of your information completely safe. This is especially helpful when you're using public Wi-Fi. Surfshark also does not track or store any of your data. This allows you to use the internet absolutely anywhere you like on any Wi-Fi connection without worrying about people tracking or storing your data or stealing any of your information. Another incredible feature of Surfshark is that your account will be available to access on an unlimited amount of devices at any given time, giving you the flexibility to use whatever device you desire to, whenever and wherever you are. If all of this sounds good to you, a way to make it even better is that if you use my code, QueerKiwi, you get 83% off as well as your first 3 months completely free. Just click the link in the description below and use my code and you will be set to browse the internet completely safely. It is an excellent way to support me and my channel as well as getting something incredible in return. So thank you Surfshark for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. Now today, before I get started, because I know I'm gonna get a bunch of comments about it, this t-shirt is from a shop that no longer exists, and also these earrings, they are functional. So now that we have that out of the way, today I wanted to do something a little bit lighthearted. We've been doing a lot of more serious videos recently, and so I thought I'd do something a bit fun, and that is going through r/pointlessly gendered, because pointlessly gendered things are always so funny. It's so funny, and I wanted to have a laugh with you. So that is what we're doing today. To start off with, masculinity is so fragile they have to call an eye concealer war paint. Because if you want to market a product towards men, the way you have to do it is violence. Concealer? To conceal things? No. We sell violence. The fact that that's the way to get men to buy things is terrifying. Honestly, why? It's the same thing, man. Male animal versus female animal in children's animated movies. The fucking waistline. Oh, the waistline is the funniest part of that, because that is so true. Why do they model female animals after desirable women? It's really weird. And also, I would just like to note that in the animal kingdom, most of the time, it's the male of the species that is extravagant and beautiful and well colored, because they are trying to get the female's attention, because females can often only mate with one partner at a time, right? So they're all fighting to get that one female bird. You know, they're usually fighting. Why did I just go straight to bird? Animal in general. Male animals are usually the ones that want attention and dress themselves up to get the attention of female animals. So if you're gonna be realistic in your movies and doing animals one to distinguish gender, you should really be making the male one the beautifully colored, beautiful one, because that's generally how it works. The reason it doesn't work like that in humans is because at some point it was decided that women were inferior and we belonged to men. And we were their property, their prize, their possession, and we have to look beautiful so they can show us off and be like, look, my property is prettier than your property, and we were told that our value is on our worth because, you know, we couldn't work to make money because we weren't people, so we had to be desirable so that we could live. So that's why it works differently in humans. Because women aren't people. So. You don't need a mirror. You're a man. Men? Looking at themselves? No, I don't think so. Only women are allowed to care about their appearance. As we just said just a moment ago, right? Women have to care about their appearance because we have to have a man in order to be valid. Whereas men, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They don't need to care. They don't need to try. They don't have to look presentable. That doesn't affect their worth or their ability to exist in peace. I said this was a fun video and here I am getting mad. Oh no. Stop telling men they aren't allowed to care about what they look like and that it's feminine to take care of yourself and present yourself nicely. How to tell if a toy is for boys or for girls. A helpful Christmas guide. Do you operate the toy with your genitalia? Yes. This toy is not for children. No. This toy is suitable for boys or girls. That's fantastic. I love it so much. When I first saw that, I laughed for so long. Toys are for everyone until they're not. Your genitalia does not affect your desire for something. If you like it, you like it. It has nothing to do with your gender or your biological sex. So yeah, a boy's toy or a girl's toy? No, it's just, hey, do you like this one? Do you like that one? And then when it comes to toys that aren't for children, then yeah, it's done by genitalia for the most part, but not by gender. And there are, if you're curious, a bunch of shops that are non-gendered, which is really cool. A lot more brands and products are coming out that are ungendered. They never use like, this toy is for women, this toy is for men, this toy is for people with this body part, or this is for anyone, which is great. And it's really cool to see that there are more options for people. Yeah, if that's something you wanted to look into but you feel dysphoric looking at those sorts of shops, there are places where that is available to you, such as, I think, Spectrum Boutique, and there's a whole shop called Enby, E-N-B-Y, that's quite new. It's Unbound. I think Unbound Babes as well are all good options. We've got some Tinder messages here from Billy. Alex is a boy's name. Yeah, but Billy is a goat's name. I love when people feel the need to match with you on Tinder just to say something stupid. They're like, oh, this person has rainbow hair. I'm gonna match with them to say, hey 6ix9ine. Listen, the amount of times people say that is phenomenal. They think they're really funny. When I was on TikTok, I would get called 6ix9ine like every day by like mainly incels. Do they think they're funny? That's what I want to know. Do men think they're funny? Because 90% of the time we're just laughing so you don't hurt us. Because the F in man stands for funny. Obviously, there are funny men, but... Society if a girl does boy stuff. Society if a boy does girly stuff. I diagnose you with gay. I mean, they're not entirely wrong. Particularly when it comes to like clothes that you wear. Like I did a video a few weeks back about Candace Owens, right? Where it's like, men can't wear dresses, men can't wear skirts. What happened to manly men? What happened to masculine men? But she's wearing a suit because apparently that's feminine. I don't... Listen, wear whatever you want. What you wear doesn't define your gender or your sexuality. Like Harry Styles wears a skirt and then, oh, he's gay. Oh, it's not masculine. What? No, they're not related at all. Why is it okay for me to wear a suit and not for a man to wear a dress? Doing something feminine makes you gay. Because why? And why is that a bad thing? You know, it's this cycle of, oh, you did something feminine, that means you're gay. And being gay is bad because it means that you're feminine, and being feminine is bad because women are bad. Just do what you want. I said it a million times before, and I'll keep saying it. What you choose to do, what you choose to wear, how you choose to express yourself does not reflect your gender or your sexuality or anything other than I like this thing. We've got some bathroom doors. Gents, do epic shit. Ha, get it? Because it's a bathroom. Again, the effing man stands for funny. Ha! Ladies, smile. You're losing weight. It's so gross! Oh my god, why do we value women on their bodies? Can we stop putting value on our bodies? My body is not my worth. My beauty is not my worth. What some people find beautiful, others don't. The way I look to a societal standard does not impact who I am as a person. Stop teaching women losing weight is the most important thing, and that we should be happy about weight loss. And that's the thing that brings us the most joy. We should be body focused. Stop drilling that into our brains. Our bodies, who gives a fuck? Stop it. I have struggled with eating disorders for a very long time. A lot of my struggle with eating disorders started as being bullied for being overweight and then being congratulated for losing weight. And that just made everything worse. Stop it. Don't talk about someone's weight. Don't talk about someone's eating habits. Let people live their lives. We need to stop putting value on our bodies. Know that what your body looks like is totally fine and it doesn't reflect your health or your worth in any way. He knows he's beautiful. Handsome. Boys are handsome. Boys can be beautiful too if they want, especially those as beautiful as Prometheus. And this one is funny to me purely because the word handsome to me feels very patronizing. I'm not someone who will receive the word handsome as a female presenting person. It's not a word that would ever be used to describe me, but it's also a word that I've only ever heard used by like mothers and like aunties to small children. And so it feels really patronizing to me. I have exclusively, for any gender, used the words pretty and beautiful. Handsome is just a weird word, and I hate it. Just before I was filming this, I saw Noah, no offense, posted a tweet saying he hated being called handsome and would rather be called pretty. And I was like, great, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks handsome is a weird word. Pretty is a much nicer word. Is that a thing of just like our generation? Is that a Gen Z thing where I don't know. It's a weird word. Pants are invented for men, not women. It's impossible for a young woman to wear pants, jeans, yoga pants, dress pants, leggings, dungarees, etc. without sexualizing her body, since they highlight her curves and rear end. Women who want to be modest should not own pants at all. Who's gonna tell him that skirts were invented for men? Biologically, pants make sense for women and skirts make sense for men. Thus, men used to wear skirts. Same with high heels. High heels were invented for men too. Women started wearing them to be more masculine. Also, skirts are much more sexualized than pants are. So what are we meant to wear? I don't know, man. We can't do anything. Women can't do anything without being sexualized. We aren't allowed to exist without being sexualized. And it's very sad. Just stop. Just stop it. I'm allowed to show off my body without sexualizing myself or without wanting you to sexualize me. Let me wear clothes. Let me exist. Hotel his personal care kit. Hotel hers personal care kit. 2 refreshing wipes, 1 razor, 1 shaving cream packet, 1 toothpaste, toothbrush, aloe vera cream, shampoo, and foot gel. And the one in the women's kit contains the exact same thing. And the best part is that on the inside, they're exactly the same. Like, even the same colors. Everything is identical, except one is blue on the outside, and one is pink. And there's also $1.50. The pink one is $1.50 more expensive for the exact same thing. But it's pink. Everyone, when you go to the shop, go for whatever you want, but sometimes check like the opposite gender's section to see if you can find the exact same thing cheaper. Also, I talked about this last time I did one of these. With skincare products, they are effectively the same, right? And I had a lot of comments saying, well, no, men's men and women need different skincare because they create different hormones which affects their skin differently. But that's a huge generalization because it, like you say, it's based on hormones, and some women have higher levels of testosterone and some men have higher levels of estrogen. Do it based on skin type. That's what they do at places like Lush. That way you're not excluding anyone. Like, particularly think about, like, non-binary people. What are they meant to do? They don't identify with either, and picking one that fits their biological sex might feel dysphoric to them. Or trans people who don't take hormones as well. It might make, like, a trans guy who's not on hormones feel dysphoric to buy face wash for women. But that's what fits their skin type. Just label it based on skin type. It's better for everyone that way. Progressive males are not men. They move and gesticulate like women. The hand over mouth gesture is one example. Physically repulsive. Conservatives get offended by the weirdest shit. Imagine masculinity so fragile that you can't even touch your own face. But yeah, tell me, Robert, how we, the left, are the snowflakes. I don't give a fuck what people do. I don't care. Wear what you want. Do what you want. Like, I don't care. Why do you care so much about what other people are doing with their lives? All we're telling you is, hey, let people live their lives. And you're like, no, how dare you tell me to do that? You snowflake? You're mad at me for trying to control someone? You're a bad person. Huh? We're telling you to shut up and stop judging people and somehow wear the snowflakes? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. All it sounds like to me is you don't want change and you're upset that other people want change, which makes you the snowflake. And you call us snowflakes as a defense mechanism. I'm officially boycotting blank and urge you all to do the same. I purchased a pair of shoes from them that I got in the men's department. After 2 days of wearing them, I went to throw away the box and I noticed that the box said they were unisex. Hell no, I am a man and not a unisex, gender fluid freak. I immediately got into the car to return them. I asked to speak to a manager. I explained to the manager that the shoes were in the men's department and I am not a cross-dressing weirdo. They still refuse to give me my money back. The male identity is under attack. Oh no! Shoes that were made for everyone to wear because it doesn't matter. Ah, terrifying. Again, wear the snowflakes. You wear the snowflakes. You won't wear a pair of shoes because women will also wear them. What? Get over it. This does though remind me of working in retail. There would be people coming in and they'd want like a Calvin Klein shirt. And the ones we had were like, there's like a women's tee. And this guy tried it on and he really liked it. He liked how it fit and he was like, is this a women's? And I was like, no, it's unisex. If he liked it, fucking who cares, man? It would happen all the time. People would explain something specific that they want and we'd only have them in the opposite gender. So I'd give it to them and they're like, isn't this for blank? And I'd be like, no, it's for unisex. It's for anyone. Because it is. They are. Everything is for anyone. I understand that they're sometimes made with different cuts, right? So I'm not going to give you something that's not going to fit your body type. But most of the time, it doesn't matter and they won't notice. If you ask me, is this for blank? Yes, because it's for everyone. So yeah, that's my story. Everything is unisex. If it fits you, it's for you. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, my guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see me do next time. A big thank you to my Kiwi Fruit channel members whose names are up on the screen right now. And a massive thank you to my channel member of the day, Martin. I love and appreciate you so, so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to become a channel member, you can click the top link in the description or the little blue join button. You get my videos a day early as well as 10% off my shop. Follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I am active there all the time. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. And when you close your eyes